What's up, family? Day 426 of trading, day 426. And no, this is Friday. So this is for the YouTube. Get a little bit extended. If you want just a short version, go ahead and go over to the TikTok, the IG page, Swing Trader Tone. But this once a week, I'm going to go ahead and break down the charts a little bit, tell you where I'm at. You'll be able to see week to week, the ups and downs, as opposed to the day to day, because it was just a little bit too much for the YouTube. You know what I mean? But here we go. Today's gain is $679.98. Total assets, $12,061.86. Options account is up $164 today, and the shares account is up $515.98 today. Take a look at the options account, which hasn't been doing too bad. I'm waiting for trade desk to pop. Got plenty of time. Once again, I do leaps and expecting trade desk to probably hit its targets. Maybe August-ish, July, August. And then I also have a 2028 expiration, so that'll put it way, way, way out there, man, because the extrinsic value will be pretty high. But as far as what happened today, the $80 strike price with a 2028 expiration is down $36. The $100 strike price with a 2027 expiration broke even. $80 strike price 2027 expiration gave us $80, and beyond gave us $120. And all of these are just holds, man. We'll look at the charts in a second, kind of show you where I think it's going to go. As far as the shares account, UNHG is up $345 today, and TSLL is up $170.98. UNHG gave us 69 cents, and TSLL gave us 83. They were up like around $1 each, but settled back down. Take a look at the charts, tell you exactly what happened. Let's start with Tesla. So obviously we have TSLL, but same chart. Tesla basically went up. It's kind of following this speed line right here. So as long as it follows that, it should keep popping up. This is the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart broke our 200 EMA. So now it's going to act as a nice little support. It got as high as here today, which was high as 409.29, and then sellers pushed it back down. Buyers started pushing a little bit up because of that support. So we'll see what happens on Monday. Let's go down to the hour and see what the last hour did. So it kind of consolidated, came down and consolidated, which I don't mind because, 38% retracement from the last consolidation. Love it. Should probably keep going up. As long as it doesn't break that the 61.618, I'm happy. It came right down here, went up. It's fighting, came up, didn't break it. And we have the support, speed line support. We got the 200 EMA support on the 4-hour chart. So not mad at it at all. Not mad at all. Get rid of this fib. And it's basically closing this gap, the small gap. Got above it. Got caught by some sellers right here. And that's why it got pushed down. But all good. Loving it. Take a look at UNH. UNH is my big boy. I got 500 shares of UNH. I have 206 shares of TSLL. Got 500 shares of UNHG. I had 600 at some point about a month and a half ago. I had to sell 100 just to make ends meet, which I'm not mad at. Well, I'm mad because I wish I had those extra 100 shares as it's going up, but I was able to live off of that while I was in Florida taking care of my aunt. So charge it to the game. I wasn't working, and the stock market was able, to help me pay my bills. Here's another speed line that's holding UNH up. So as long as it doesn't come back down here and break the support, we're still bullish. See, it got a nice little pop today. kind of started consolidating. We'll check this one. Came down not even 23%. Probably expecting it to come down some more on Monday, but it actually ended the day pushing up. So it's basically caught in between a couple of zones right here. And that's all, just right here, right in between my gaps. And some buyer seller zones. So that's what I'm expecting to do. Expected it to kind of keep consolidating through here. Boom, 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 boom. And then maybe break up and start going to about my 350 mark where I expected to close a gap. TTD. I'm expecting that to get up to like, 100 at some point. Basically when it gets past all of this mess, it's going to take some time, get past this gap, go to the 4 hour, and get above this right here, then it's game time. Once it gets above this, it's nothing really stopping. Once it gets above like 57, game time. Just go ahead and get up here to the 87, then I'll be deep in the money. Then I'm expecting it to go ahead and close this gap up here. Now we're talking. Then we'll seriously be talking. So got some time. See how far it is. Got some time, but mark my words. It's going to be a big one. That's going to take my options account from 2,000. I mean, I'm 5,000 in. I'm down 3,400, 3,484. That's the total unrealized gain. That's that negative. But until I close out of my positions, it just is what it is. It's not a loss unless I closed out. If I closed out of everything, then I'd lose 3,484.98. I'm not closing out. I got plenty of time for it to make its move. So I'm probably about $5,500 in on options. That $5,500 is probably gonna, once everything hits, it's gonna be at around 100,000. So about 20x that account easily. So that's the goal. That is the goal. Take a look at Beyond. Beyond is my problem child. I have a $7 strike price. So I'm expecting it to get back up here to its highs. But until then, I'll just be hanging out. And that one, I don't have an expiration. It's not until December of next year. So plenty of time. Plenty of time for it to do what it do. I'm going to hold it. I think I have like 30 contracts. You have 30 contracts. If it does what it's supposed to do, that'll be another one. So that 100,000 I was talking about doesn't even include Beyond. Beyond does what I think it's going to do. 30 contracts might be another 100,000 right there. So we'll see. As far as a shares account, I have some targets that I think this is probably going to double. So I'm looking for this to be about 15K when it's all said and done. And then TSLL to be about maybe about six or 7,000 when that's all said and done. We'll see. Keep you posted on that. But once again, I just have nothing. I have nothing but time, man. Nothing but time. So that's why we play shares and leaps. So I'm not stressed out about short-term options and my options expiring and losing the contract money. That's not the game I'm playing right now. All right. So if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave it in. Go ahead and leave them. I'll answer them. If you want to see the day to day, even going back to summer before last when I first started with 3,500, and then January 2026 when I had like 2,700 in there. I mean, January 2025 when I had like 2,700 in there, and to see the progress, I got as high as maybe like 20,000. So 660% of my account, I made, and then dropped back down, was pulling some, living off of some. So now I'm just trying to I'm trying to pay myself back and be in my own bank. So paying myself back. And gonna play this game until I get about 350 million. That's the goal. Initial goal is 10 million. This way, with 10 million, I could just put it in something safe. Actually, 15 million. I could take 10 million, put it in something safe, something that makes about 6% dividends. I don't know, a year. That'll be about 600,000. I could just live off of that, live off of the interest, and then trade the other 5 million. Take that 5 million, try to 10x, turn that into 50, turn 50 into 250. Simple. 250 into, you do the math, man. Even if I just 5x my account every year, I'll be a millionaire in two. All right. That's my goal. That's the short goal. The bigger goal is to 10x my account every year. You can do the math. All right. Once again, I'll let you know what happens on Monday. As far as right now, today's gain was $679.98. Total assets up to $12,061.86. You can see where it was last week. You can see, I think it was like under 10 or maybe right at 10 last week. So we're moving. We're moving. Keep you posted. All right. One love.